Okay, welcome everybody to this Tech Talk, Flexis Tech Talk, the future of B2B fleet charging. We will talk about data, AI and strategic control. Together with me today, I have the privilege and the honor to have with me our partners. So I will start with you, Marcel, if you can introduce yourself.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Marcel Mous. I'm the Sales and Business Development Manager at Prologis Mobility.
Glenn, if you want to introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Glenn Leveder. I'm the VP of Sales and Business Development at Ampeco. Nice to meet you.
Magali.
Hello, everyone. So nice to see you today. So I'm Magali Boisjot. I'm working within Flexis in service development for charging and energy.
Yeah, and I'm Pierre Sirolli. I'm heading the service and solution in Flexis. Very happy again to have you on our booth today. We just announced the partnership between Flexis and Ampeco, and you will deep dive a little bit on that, Glenn, and also Marcel. We are already partners, so you will also explain how we can collaborate together. Of course, all of you in the audience knows the challenges that our customers are facing. So, of course, they have to be more and more efficient because they have more and more parcel to deliver. They have to manage their costs because there is an increase of the cost of energy, of driver, fines, taxes, and so on. Of course, they need to manage a complex environment, different assets, CPOs, vehicles, real estate. On the top of that, they have to digitalize, so both the vehicle but also their back office and make a lot of integration. And also, they have to decarbonize. In this Tech Talk, we will really focus on the charging, because the charging is really a major challenge. And we want to understand how we can perform a reliable and cost-effective charging operation. And with that, normally we can secure transport mission success. So I will start with you, Marcel. Could you elaborate on the comprehensive electrification solution available for your customers or our customers?
Our customers, indeed. I'll try to give an answer to that question. But first of all, let me introduce to you Prologis. Prologis is a logistic real estate company, active globally, so also here in Europe. In Europe, we are active in 12 countries, and we have more than 1,000 properties divided over those 12 countries. Those properties, they form an important role in the European setup of the mobility and energy infrastructure. Transport companies visit our depot, so therefore we play an important role. But we do not only build properties, warehouses, but we also build the infrastructure. The infrastructure which is needed to electrify the fleet of our customers. And electrification is an easy task. You buy the electric fleet, you buy the electric car, the truck, those are available, like Flexis. But the challenge is to have EV infrastructure there where you need it, there where you want it, at the time you really need it. And that's where we come into play. Prologis Mobility, we invest in full service end-to-end EV charging solutions at our properties, where our customers are. And we build that based upon their specific use case, depending if they are night charging, day charging, top-up charging, regular charging, it doesn't matter. We build the infrastructure for them. We invest in that infrastructure, and we offer that in a simple charging as a service fee, meaning they pay a simple monthly amount for the dedicated charging infrastructure, and we take care of charging, where they take care of operating the fleet. And by doing so, we really make EV charging easy for them. And that's what we take care of.
Yeah, and what I must say, when we started the discussion with you, we have also, discussion with one of your competitors. But I must say that the strategy of Prologis is ready to provide a complete offer. And for me, this is where you are making the difference, because not only you are, of course, providing the real estate by itself, but now you're investing a lot And maybe what we should explain is that for our customer, it's very difficult sometimes when they are not owning the building, I mean, to install charging station. And for me, this is where you want to fill this gap and be sure that you are part of this transition, right?
Yes, and you also see more integration with the property itself. So we have solar on the roof, we have battery storage, we have even on-site energy production, all in all to operate the operation of our customer. So it's the warehouse itself, but also the fleet electrification. So it's an integrated solution at our depots where we take care of. There's no CapEx investment for our customers. We take care. They pay a monthly fee and they can focus on their operation.
Yeah, and I think for your customer and our customer, it's key because when they start to have green energy, so coming from your solar installation, and it's even better for the reduction of the CO2. So this is really great. Thank you, Magali. From a vehicle standpoint, how do you foresee the key pillar of an efficient charging operation?
Yes, thank you, Pierre. So from Flexis side, firstly, we have the specialists on last mile delivery. This is the segment that we are working with our customer. So what we have seen and what we want to provide to the customer is an EV transition that is smooth, that is efficient. And what do we do to perform that is that we are specialized in the data, in the vehicles, because we offer then vehicles that are made for last mile delivery. But what we have realized is that when our customer wants to transform, they have, again, what we were saying, a lot of different challenges. They need to be supported and coached to make sure that they monitor the charging operation in the smoothest and in the most efficient way. So our approach is that we take the holistic approach, looking into how the vehicles are operated, where the infrastructure and how it is built to make sure that they can charge at the time, at the moment they need, at the quantity of kilowatt they need. And afterwards, we monitor on a daily basis what the performance of the charging is. And this is why we partner with Prologis, because we need charging infrastructure that are set for last mile delivery. And with monitoring the infrastructure, we can't do that without the data. And this is because we are gathering several ecosystem data, thanks to Ampeco on the chargers, that on a daily basis, we can provide a safe and good monitoring of the charging operation.
Thank you, Magali. Glenn, so Ampeco. So could you explain how do you do to transform charging in a key asset for our customers? And maybe you can explain what your company is doing and how you contribute to this overall landscape.
Thanks, Pierre. First of all, thanks to Flexis for the trust to choose Ampeco as a transport management system for this project. So a few words about Ampeco. So we are the leading software as a service for charge point operators. So those are companies operating and maintaining charging infrastructure. So we enable about 200 charge point operators globally, operating in the space of home charging, workplace charging, public charging, but also depot charging, right? And now to deep dive a bit more with what we do with Flexis. So for Flexis, actually integrating the Ampeco platform is key, as Magali mentioned, because what we provide is essentially, first of all, data. So charging infrastructure data, whether it is events, alerts, energy-related data, and the Flexis operation center, right, will use this data to provide real-time maintenance and monitoring. So data is key. But something that's also very important is because we'll talk a bit about AI, it's the self-healing capabilities. Because what's key for Flexis, and that's why, Pierre, you mentioned the fact that the charging infrastructure is a critical asset. That's very important, meaning that uptime for you is key. You want to have 100% uptime, right? And you do that with AI, real-time monitoring, and self-healing capabilities. So this is what we are, at least in a first stage, we are bringing to this project.
maybe something to add on that aspect. I mean, because we come from the OEM world, we have also KPIs and ways to handle the vehicles and to have performance and uptime that we want to reach on the chargers. So this is also this mirroring that we were presenting this morning, that we want to secure that the performance that we commit on the vehicle is the same performance that we have on the charge points, because this is really what is impacting the customer operation.
And Magali, maybe you can elaborate on, I mean, what is the advantage? I mean, having this full partnership, because we are mirroring the real estate with the charging, with the vehicles. But what is the gain for, or the gains for our customer? The impact on the, I don't know. I mean, this proactivity, the fact that we are predictive. I mean, what is the advantage for a customer in terms of TCO or whatever?
So maybe we come back on the experience that we have with our customers, because for some months already now, we have been monitoring fleets for the overall operations. And what we have seen is that maybe 60% of the logistic disruption comes from charging. No matter that it's a charger issues or an operation issues or a driver that is not trained, but that 60% is a direct impact on the TCO. So what we are doing is really securing from an ecosystem point of view that we put this operation under control. That takes time because we need to have this holistic approach, taking care of the people on the customer depot. We need to take care also about the chargers themselves, how they are installed, and also all the connectivity aspect. And this we do it, of course, with Prologis, with the expertise on the depot, and making sure that it's performing at the level of what the customer expects, but also with the data that we can have, as you were saying, Glenn, real-time monitoring what is really going on and being able to take decisions for our customer.
Thank you, Magali. So as you have been too good so far, now I will ask you the difficult question, okay? Difficult question now. How do you foresee major shift in charging and energy solution by 2030, 30? Who wants to start? Okay, nobody? Good. Glenn, please.
2030, so that's quite a tricky question. I would say the first topic I have in mind is related to connectivity and integration. It's not because I'm an IT guy, it's because, and I think that's what I like about Flexis approach, integrated approach. I think in 2030, the requirements in terms of integration will be much bigger. So you will need to integrate with energy storage, with energy management systems, with the energy markets, which is what we see already in some markets in Northern Europe. So that's the first topic. I think there will be plenty of integration, so having open systems, open architectures will be key. The second topic that comes to mind is related to energy. The sourcing of energy, who will buy the energy, who will own the energy contracts? Will it be Prologis? Will it be your clients? Will it be fleets? That's a topic that is still unknown. And also the fact that the volume of energy will be much bigger. Optimization of energy will be very important with V1G and V2G. And maybe the third topic I have is related to, I think, the market as a whole. I mean, because Ampeco, what is nice is that we work with all the segments: home charging, B2B, public. And I believe that the logistics segment will become bigger and bigger in terms of energy, consumed, for sure. So I think there will be some in 2030. There will be, I think, your EV charging infrastructure will be used by logistics companies, but not only. I think it will be shared and open to maybe new players in the market. So that's how I see it.
Thank you, Glenn. Marcel?
2030, that's 5 years from now, approximately. Sorry, that's 5 years. First of all, I think the EV adoption will be higher than today in all segments.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, from passenger cars until light commercial vehicles and heavy-duty vehicles. More brands come onto the market, more offerings are there for customers. We need to adapt to that. So from a real estate perspective, we are doing already today. We will invest in our properties to be EV ready for the future. Meaning solar, battery storage, even on-site power generation. But we also prepare for the more heavy-duty vehicles to come. So we prepare our properties for our customers to be able to charge. That's one. I will not repeat all the technical requirements you mentioned, Glenn, because indeed there will be much more integration. Data becomes key. Interaction between the backend, the charger, and the vehicle, or the vehicles, will become very important. So that part I will skip. Another part I see which is very important is partnerships within the EV charging ecosystem. Like we sit here together, we are, well, 3 businesses, but we need to collaborate with EV charging ecosystem partners. Because together we can make the move, we can make it faster and more reliable in the broader scope of EV charging. It's not just the pillar of the vehicle, of the property, of the backend system. That small players come together in order to electrify logistics.
Thank you. Magali?
Yeah, again, I fully agree with what you just said, Marcel. And I think what, from Flexis side, we can also mention is that we are prepared for this transition for the vehicle to consume the energy, to move to a vehicle that is a vector of energy, because basically the vehicle are prepared for vehicle to grid. So it's really how do we integrate, again, those vehicles into something that is, as you were saying, much bigger, with the challenge that will be much more complex, but in a way, we need to upscale those partnerships to make sure that in the end, the vehicles becomes kind of citizen of the grid somewhere. I mean, we not only we do bring parcels everywhere, but also the energy that is consumed can be also retrieved to the customer, and it becomes a revenue generation. So that also serves from Flexis side all this aspect regarding city positive, because we become and we have vehicles building in an overall ecosystem that becomes really citizen.
Thank you, Magali. And maybe to sum up, I mean, in Flexis, we are very happy and very honored to have you guys as a partner. I mean, Ampeco and Prologis. And I think you understood that as Flexis, we are paving the future of, electric commercial vehicles. But I think you are doing the same thing. And all together, that's the way to make it successful. So again, thank you for your participation. Thank you for the partnership, and let's make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
thank you
you
to the audience.